Hi everyone, welcome back to Christy TV. P2B has finally responded to all this critique about Atiku offers P2B VP slot, pledges one-time president,
which has been spreading, and this particular news is coming from the Punch News. So now he said that he is not in coalition with anybody in any party, that the only thing he is in coalition with is with Nigerians, that is fighting against corruption, against hunger, against injustice. Hello my people, please have the full details of what P2B said and other Nigerians' reaction towards this particular news. And feel free to drop a opinion in the comment section.
We saw the photograph of yourself and the president. Of course, online people thought that otherwise maybe they expected that you and the president are fighting. But then you go to him and there is this.
I and the president is not fighting.
Okay.
I'm not fighting anybody.
Yes.
My fight is against bad governance, against hunger, against poverty, against out-of-school children, against people not having health services. This country have less than 10% insurance care, health insurance, should be 100%. These teachers teaching here should be paid by government because it's universal basic education. The law says here that our children should go to school free. So what my Lord is doing is helping government. Government should help him.
Okay,
That's what I did in Anambra State. I'm in coalition against hunger, in coalition against poverty, in coalition against good health. Politics for me is not about position. It is about doing the right thing.
But is that a report true, sir?
Whatever you make of it, I can tell you, I, Peter, have told you where I stand. I just came back this morning. I didn't go talk about politics. I'm talking about the education of these children. You don't deal with politicians. I don't fight. I'm not talking about position. In this country, we talk about politics and abandon what we should be talking about. What we should be talking about is how are we going to educate these children.
P2B is indeed not a vice president material. P2B is everything presidential. The publication of Atiku camp giving Obi VP on a one-time bargain is only imaginary to the author. So our principal is back in the country, which happens to be P2B, from Vatican and currently visiting Anglican Hospital Diocese of Kubwa and the Anglican Comprehensive Secondary School Kubwa, where he donated almost 10 million naira each as his continuous investment in health and education of the nation. You see the joy of the face of the children? Are you seeing what is happening? You see how happy these children are. Because of what? P2B visited them. And then again, P2B has debunked this article offering him a one-time VP coalition bid. According to the press release, P2B and coalition clarification, the obedience movement has been inundated with calls from our members within and outside the country, including other members of the public, regarding a media publication claiming that our principal P2B has been offered a running mate position to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in the new coalition being framed ahead of 2027. Even though the publication is imaginary to the author, we find it appropriate to react in view of possible for far-reaching misconception in the public space. While frank and cordial engagement with our partners and stakeholders towards a coalition continue amicably, the obedience movement would like to state emphatically that there is no truth or basis to the report whatsoever. Without any risk of contradiction, we would like to reiterate that Mr. Obi has maintained that his objective and his involvement in a coalition is to provide a united front against and tackle issues of bad governance, corruption, hunger, poverty, poor healthcare, out-of-school children, and the myriad of other problems daily afflicting the people of Nigeria. We want politics. We want politics that is progressive, standing firmly with the people and serving the great people of Nigeria, and not politics just for the sake of grabbing power. At this point in time, Mr. Peter Obi remains in the Labour Party, and if ever this changes, he will make that announcement himself. Nana Kazuara, Director Strategic Communication and Media Obedience Movement, 1905-2025. Thank you, Obi, for debunking and clearing Nigerians' mind, because people are now questioning and saying so many things that why would P2P stoop so low? Why would you want to betray your supporters? So, my lovers and my viewers, please feel free to watch other Nigerians' reaction towards this particular news, and feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe. Christy TV got you covered.
Now, the Punch newspaper itself claimed that Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi met in London, where it claimed that Peter Obi agreed to be vice presidential running mate to Atiku Abubakar.
Yes, my people, as it is hot, it don't happen, no. I for call Atiku Joseph the dreamer, oh. Hey. How on earth will you just wake up and say Peter Obi should come and be your vice president for 1 term? Why not talk too much? Just hear the full analysis. I beg, please drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you see one, make Peter Obi be vice president under Atiku, put it in the comment section. But for me, it's a big capital letter N-O, no.
However, when they spoke with Paul Ibe, who is a spokesperson of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Paul Ibe said that he cannot confirm that agreement, but all he knows is that Peter Obi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar have been meeting over the coalition to ensure that the APC administration and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are defeated in 2027 to make way for good governance in Nigeria, something of that nature. Now, the Punch newspaper itself claimed that Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi met in London, where it claimed that Peter Obi agreed to be vice presidential running mate to Atiku Abubakar, and that they both agreed to go and consult with their people before making any public statement on this issue. Is it possible that Atiku Abubakar and co, they are making every effort to package themselves as people that will do only 1 term? That is a possibility. But Peter Obi agreeing with it is a story that needs to be, first of all, verified. Atiku Abubakar is believing that he can be able to convince people to vote for him, that he will do only 1 term. But you and I know that as a person as ambitious as Atiku Abubakar, he will never do 1 term. He is going to be able to do all the terms he could ever do. He will be able to do all the terms he will ever do. Once he sets his foot, his legs enter the villa. Atiku Abubakar is very ambitious that he cannot do 1 term. Even if he had to be on a wheelchair to do 2nd term, he will do 2nd term. Anybody believing that Atiku Abubakar will do 1 term don't know Atiku Abubakar. I don't know Atiku Abubakar personally, but I know Atiku Abubakar historically. He will not do 1 term if he has the opportunity. Look at how hard he has been fighting to be president since in the 1990s. Don't forget, he contested for presidential ticket of SDP with MKO Abiola Anko. So you think after all these years he set his foot at the presidential villa and he will do 4 years? Anybody who is selling that thing and anybody who is buying it don't know what he's buying. That's the truth. He will not do 1 year. He will not do 1 term. You look at how ambitious Atiku Abubakar was. In 2003, he wanted Obasanjo not to contest for 2nd term. While they were still in their 1st term in 1999, in the middle of 1999, he has already instigated a campaign that Obasanjo should be a 1 term president. that Obasanjo should do the Mandela. He should do like Mandela. That was what they were. That was things they were spreading information through the media. So somebody that ambitious, you think he will do one time if he gets the opportunity to be at the villa. He's not going to do one time. Anybody who is believing on that is buying bad market. That's the truth. He is going to do 2 times if he has the opportunity. So let that be clear, and P2B should know it, and I believe that Nigerians will be able to know it, that the idea that he will do one time doesn't hold water. But it is not in doubt that it is what they are bargaining. Their bargaining position is that Atiku will do one time, I will do one time, and I will hand over. It's not as simple as that. One of the people who are already promoting this one-time agenda is Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo. You know, not long ago, Kenneth Okonkwo say he has resigned from Labour Party and all that. Before we know it, Kenneth Okonkwo had a meeting with Atiku Abubakar. Once Kenneth Okonkwo came out from that meeting and celebrated it, he said that he just met with the former Vice President, blah, blah, blah. And it was a successful meeting. Okay? And that meeting was held shortly after Kenneth Okonkwo said that Atiku Abubakar should resign from politics, P2B should not contest in 2027, Tinubu should not contest. So after the meeting with Atiku Abubakar, Kenneth Okonkwo said that that they had a successful meeting. And I asked, how successful was the meeting? Was he able to convince Atiku Abubakar not to contest? Because he was the apostle. Kenneth Okonkwo was the apostle of Atiku Abubakar should not contest in 2027. P2B should not contest in 2027. Tinubu should not contest in 2027. That they should give way for a new breed of leaders to emerge. So when he was celebrating that they had a successful meeting with Atiku Abubakar, when he was celebrating that on his Twitter handle, so I asked, has Atiku agreed to step down? Because you said don't, this man should not contest, he should leave. Now you had a meeting with him and you are telling us the meeting was successful. Did he agree that he will not contest? Because that's the only way he can be successful. But the next thing we heard was Kenneth Okonkwo becoming an apostle of one time. That what they need is a candidate of the coalition who will do only one time. And that was when I knew that was the game. So the idea of one time to me is not a revelation by the Punch newspaper. Atiku has been selling that dummy to those he wants to hoodwink or those he is looking for their support. Whether P2B has bought into it, we may never know until we know. So people should take it with a pinch of salt. It could also be that the Punch newspaper is trying to set an agenda. It's trying to make P2B to react. I wouldn't be surprised if that story was planted in the Punch by the Atiku camp to force P2B to say something, whether he has agreed or not to agree. You know, by this story coming out now, that P2B has agreed is the kind of thing that now people will be capitalizing on it and say, P2B, what is your position? Have you capitulated to play second fiddle to Atiku Abubakar, or are you going to go it alone? So, part of the duty of the media is to set agenda. This is a typical agenda setting report by the Punch newspaper. So people should not be in a hurry to condemn P2B because of this report. They should wait. Let us get to the bottom of it. But the one thing that is true about this report that I can take that is true is that Atiku Abubakar is selling a dummy that he's going to do one time. That is the dummy he's selling. That is the agenda he's putting forward to garner support from southern Nigeria, from Peter Obi, and from all others. But like Peter Ame said, in southern Nigeria, there is a Peter Obi who can defeat Tinubu. That should be the way.
I just received a message that the Atiku camp has offered Peter Obi to become the running mate of Atiku. For the sake of sanity, I want to hope that it is a mere rumor, that such an offer was never made. But if it is indeed made, it goes to elaborate a video I made sometime in the past where I said that the North has not come to grasp with the reality of the political awareness in the South. Let me say that again. The North has still not come to grasp with the realism or reality that has gripped the South. That we don't like Tinubu does not mean we are not aware that power should remain in the South. It is the greatest insult and the greatest sea finish for a northern presidential candidate to be offering the South something at all. It is the mentality of Nigeria belongs to us that leads to this idea that the best place Nigeria can offer the Southerners and the Igbos at large is vice presidency. Mr. Atiku, the last time I was a bit diplomatic with my video. Now I'm going to be stringent. I'm going to be upfront. I'm going to be pushy with my point. Mr. Atiku, you will not be president of this country. Take it or leave it. You won't. You are refusing to come to the... You see, I was hating Wike, but now I think I'm beginning to see why Wike is the way he is. I'm beginning to see why Wike is the way he is, because you think before you die, you must be present. As if that present for somehow it's your best right. It's your birthright. I thought you loved the South, but it is turning out to be a flaw. Power will definitely remain in the South. Just get it. It is only left to which part of the South you want it to remain. Obviously, we don't have a South-South candidate for now. We have a Southwestern candidate who is failing drastically and a Southeastern candidate who is eyeing to become the president of this country in the person of Peter Obi. These are the two candidates. Now, if you insist that power must shift from South to the North, I can tell you wholeheartedly that people will vote for Tinubu not because they love Tinubu, but because bad as he bad, you don't own Nigeria. You don't own Nigeria. We prefer a 10 Tinubu than another Fulani imposing himself on us after an 8 years of war. Come on, what type of arrogance is that? What type of political arrogance is that? What type of political effrontery, audacity that we encourage to even consider it? My brother, if truly you love this country, that Peter Obi should do 4 years, then after Peter Obi becomes 4 years, what we know. Let's assume Peter Obi accepts to become vice president for 4 years. You will not agree to I beg. Peter Obi, if he accepts to be vice president, I can assure you that the whole South, if you like make Tinubu come with horn of Satan, the whole South and Southeast would vote for Tinubu. And if not possible, even that after that 4 years, after that same 2031, we will still do the same thing again, because you have gradually awakened the South to understand their political power and their political relevance. My brother, let me not say more than this. Like I said, I pray it's a rumor, but if it is, my brother, you go nowhere.
Atiku offers Peter Obi vice president slots, pledges one-term presidency in 2027 coalition bid. Atiku is really desperate though, and is using political sense on Peter Obi. But I don't see Peter Obi as a desperate person. He wishes for the country to be better, for the betterment, and but not desperate to be a president. But Atiku is really finding all possible bets, like to join Igbos to vote for him. Anyway, for so many people that are saying Peter Obi shouldn't collect this vice president slot from Atiku, he shouldn't collect that offer. For me, you are indirectly telling Peter, you are indirectly campaigning for Tinubu, because we all know that Tinubu is a very strong man and Peter Obi cannot defeat him. So we either choose Peter Obi for vice president or either choose Tinubu till 2031. And we really need strong coalition to do that, because Tinubu is a very strong man. You all can see what happened. You can see what happened for the last election. So it's a bitter truth. Unless we're going to accept Tinubu to 2031. So because the way I'm seeing this election, 2027 election, it go bad though. So what do you guys think? Will Peter Obi accept this offer or not? But I think in this game now, you really need to have you need to have big sense, game sense. Politics sense is different from normal sense, because the sense when they use win no be easy one. Oh. Because you see this Tinubu, he has politician sense. He has oversense the worry the man. What do you guys think about this? Because this is a confused state. Because so many people are saying they will not vote for Atiku. Either if they are not, if you choose one, you're not voting for Atiku, or you are standing with Tinubu because he's really a strong defender.
Since morning, when I hear that news from the Punch, say Obi don't agree to be Atiku running mate, I've been looking for Obi everywhere. Come and explain to us. You they run, Abi you not they run. Are you part of the coalition? Abi you are not part of the coalition. Anyway, Channels Television and Arise TV helped me to catch him somewhere, and they asked him two simple questions. Number one, you and Tinubu they fight, because we were here fighting on your behalf. You and Tinubu meet each other for home, and they hail on ourselves. Are you people fighting? That's question number one. Question number two, are you part of this coalition? Because we are hearing that you have agreed to the coalition. And Peter Obi said, hear this.
You were in Rome. We saw the photograph of yourself and the president.
You saw it?
Because online people thought that otherwise maybe they expected that you and the president are fighting.
Yes, we expected them to push each other.
Go to him and there is this.
I and the president is not fighting.
Okay.
I'm not fighting anybody.
Yeah.
My fight is against bad governance.
Okay.
Against hunger.
Okay.
Against poverty. Against out of school children. Against people not having health services. This country have less than 10% insurance care, health insurance. Should be 100%.
Of course.
These teachers teaching here should be paid by government, because it's universal basic education.
So
the law says here that our children should go to school free. So what my lord is doing is helping government. Government should help him.
Okay.
That's what I did in Anambra State. I'm in coalition against hunger, in coalition against poverty,
Okay.
in coalition against good health. Politics for me is not about position.
Okay.
It's about doing the right thing.
But is that a report true, sir?
It's not about position.
Whatever you make of it, I can tell you, I, Peter, have told you where I stand. I just came back this morning. I didn't go talk about politics. I'm talking about the education of these children.
Okay.
You don't deal with politicians. I don't fight. I'm not talking about position. In this country, we talk about politics and abandon what we should be talking about.
Yeah.
What we should be talking about is how are we going to educate these children.
Okay, so Peter Obi is not answering. He's not telling us if actually he's going to run with Atiku or not. He's not telling us if he's in coalition with the RFI over that their movement so that they do or not. He only told us that number one, he's not fighting with the president. Two, what is important for him is how Nigerians will come out of suffer,
hunger and the rest, that is not interested in talking about politics for now. If you ask me, this administration is just 2 years into it. It never even complete 2 years. I don't know why we are all talking about 2027 already. Everybody is more interested in 2027. So at which time we got a focus on Nigerians? Because when a politician wins election, he uses the first year to settle people that brings him into power. The second year is supposed to be working for people. The third year working for people. Then the fourth year we plan election. But you don't use first year settle people will bring you enter power. Second year now they use and plan election with it 2 years ahead. So when is the time of the people? So anyway, I've decided to support Peter Obi when he was running alone. For now, he's still alone. I'm still supporting him. If he decides tomorrow that he wants to become vice presidential candidate behind Atiku, me, I will just go sit down my house and not get conscience. We go support Atiku. I not go fight. Oh, every man is entitled to their opinion and their choice. But I'll just go sit down my house. I'd rather not support anybody than to support Atiku. And I cannot even come and support this Tinubu with all this shege when we see so I'll just go sit down my house. But for now, let us focus on how the country will be better, how children will go to school, how people will feel, will feed, and how healthcare is going to be better. Can we leave 2027 to stay there? All of us will be shady 2027. What give us assurance we go there alive? Well, me I go there. I don't know about the rest of now. But what give us assurance? Say we go there alive by 2027. Let's focus on today. Today is crumbling before our presence, and we're looking at tomorrow, fighting for tomorrow, putting ourselves, all our eggs in the basket of tomorrow. Can we survive today first? Simple as ABC.